The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling a problem with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 173, Nasdaq's up 71, S&P's up 15.5, gold's up $7.5 at $15.30 an ounce. We got silver, big bid in silver up 14 cents, $18.06 an ounce. Light sweet crude, $61.19 a barrel. Notes and bonds, let me tell you something, folks. Over the course of the years, they just keep wanting higher price, lower yield, and it's pretty incredible because we're at all-time highs, right?
Is this still 2019, man? It feels like it. We're kicking off right where we left off.
You got the 10-year up 11 ticks, trading 128.25. The 30-year up 29 ticks at 156.26. And what both the note in bonds as well as the TLT, they rejected lower price last week, had lighter volume. Bottom line, they want higher price, lower yield. King dollar's up 356 ticks, trading 96.801. That actually broke its uptrend since February of 2018. So you're getting a bounce, but the bottom line is that that's a decisive break of almost 20 months of the dollar going higher. Euro's at $1.11. The yen is at 108.64, and the pound is at 131 to 1 US dollar. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, and kick this 2020 year off the right way.
That's right.
And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, if you want to understand the options market, you want to understand option strategies, the futures market, TD Ameritrade, Kevin and his team have a great program, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't test driven yet, the Thinkorswim platform, real easy to do. Just hit the banner, bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money. You can follow Kevin and his team every trading day. Kevin Hinks, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Tom and Tommy. You know what, guys? It's always great. The first trading day of the year is always an interesting day because it's a clean slate.
Yes.
Right? You know what we say in this business? Last year's home run won't win this year's game. Everyone starts at zero.
I'll tell you, man, starting at zero, and you get the S&Ps. I think they were up 20 a little bit earlier. They're up 15 bucks, right? You got to love it, man.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, guys, what you were just talking about in terms of, the 10-year yield being at 187 as we sit here to start the day, that's not going to scare anybody out of stock.
No,
that's not going to scare anyone into even selling rallies at this point. That is a number that's just still going to make stocks very attractive. And it's interesting. You look at the board today, they like stocks, they like bonds, they like gold, they like oil. So they just like things today.
I joked with Tom, Kevin, at the start of the year. I said, so much for anybody waiting to sell on on the new year. Not happening, man.
Yeah, they like Apple, they like Boeing, they like Google, they like Facebook. Everything is up.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, folks. And this 10-year, the 10-year, folks, it has just actually gone up 20 ticks from the low. And guess what, folks? 20 ticks in the 10-year is very unusual. We've been getting the moves.
I know.
But the bottom line is that, and Tom is bringing up the yield right now. When you see this yield chart, it's like
somehow become the norm.
I know.
But, man, I don't think we used to trade from 1.944 to 1.86 by 10:15 in the morning.
That's right. Over the course of 4 hours.
Seriously.
Yeah, right. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, that used to be, 90 weeks of trading, not 90 minutes of trading.
Seriously.
Where you get that kind of volatility. And really, when I was a young trader, bonds, that's where you went for lack of volatility.
Right.
Not more. And the bond market has just become an animal as we try to figure out which is that flat level for interest rates. And remember, it was a year ago right now, Tom and Tommy, that 10-year was about 266.
Amazing.
And we were just a day or two away from Jerome Powell speaking at the Economic Club of New York and doing a complete 180 on interest rates.
Yeah.
So,
what a difference a year can make.
What a difference.
Right? Yeah, I know.
And this is saying quite a bit out here today, too. I mean, it's very unusual, folks, that we have market at its all-time high, and you really have some intense buying inside the note and bond.
I was really excited to see what would happen today because you were up 30% last year. There's got to be some people who said, man, I want to take some off the table. I'd rather wait to 16 months to pay taxes on that money.
Sure.
But that's just not here, man. It's not even close.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. So, Kevin,
that's what we do. Go ahead, guys.
As we set up the new year, right? Inside the options market, what do you like to do when you set up the new year?
Well, here's what we're going to look at today. Because we have, payrolls won't be out till next Friday.
Yes.
So we've got kind of a slow start end to the week and start to the trading year.
Okay.
So what we're going to do today, we've got motor vehicle sales coming out tomorrow morning. So today's show, we're going to focus on Ford, GM, and Tesla.
Nice.
And as you know, there's news on just about all three of those.
Yes.
Today. Tesla's got a $515 new price target at Canaccord. I mean, there's a sell rating put out on Ford, but we're going to show people how they can trade Ford in a way that if you're looking for returns, if you're out there looking for percentage returns on money, we're going to show you a way to trade Ford of all names at $9.23 that'll make you unbelievably sit up and notice Ford as a trading vehicle.
That's pretty cool, man, because we're trading at 921 right now. And the bottom line is that these car companies, man. I mean, it's so intriguing. Every time we look at the numbers of Tesla, the numbers are much smaller.
I was hoping you were going to go there.
Exactly.
Because it's got to be tough being an executive. A good old William Clay Ford, $36 billion company Ford is. My goodness, what's their revenue going to be? Because Tesla, I believe, is going to be.
For this year, they're looking at $1.24 a share. Last 12 months, about $6.1 billion in revenue. So with a 6.5% dividend yield, it's safe right now based on those numbers.
How cool is that, man?
And then you got Tesla, more than double the market cap of a company like Ford, and they lost money in 2019.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty amazing.
We're going to show the differences between the three. We're going to compare them all, and we're going to show you a pretty unique way to trade, especially Ford in the first block today. We're going to really show you something pretty cool that everyone should pay attention to if you're out there today looking for returns.
That is so cool, man. That dividend they're paying is pretty amazing, man. I mean, we're in a low dividend environment.
Yeah.
And
Tom, the numbers I'm going to show you during today's show in Ford, if you do things like a covered call, and along with that dividend, we're going to talk about returns north of 35%.
That's so cool, man. And with defined risk, right? That's
with defined risk.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Which is amazing inside the option market. And that's what, bottom line, Kevin and his team is so good at, folks, okay? Understanding the different strategies, okay? There's a lot of different strategies that are out there. When you have a different strategy and you have defined risk simultaneously, it's like you know what you're getting into.
In, as no pun intended, a fast market, man, to say the least. That's right.
I love it. Well, listen.
I see what you did there.
You got it, man. Hey, I was thinking earlier, I mean, it's not a slow market, man. That's for sure. It's not even close.
Man. Right here, folks. Kevin, it's always a pleasure. Love kicking 2020 off with you. Look forward to the show in 45 minutes.
Always my pleasure to be on with you guys. Have a great day.
You too, Kevin. Thanks, man.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming back with Fred Ernest, the president and CEO of Vista Gold. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow up 118, Nasdaq up 45, S&P's up 7.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Fred Ernest. Fred, folks, is the president and CEO of Vista Gold. Vista Gold is an international gold mining exploration company. They do business in Mexico as well as the Northern Territory in Australia. We do happen to own Vista Gold. I happen to own it, but we also own it inside the Gold Report. Fred Ernest, welcome back to TFNN.
Tommy, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're kicking it off right. We had our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks, on from TD Ameritrade. We have you. We have the presentation up, Fred. If you can, if we can actually start, I mean, I know you've done a lot of work on Mount Todd. You know, we get the presentation up here. If you can kind of walk us through where we are at Mount Todd.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on this morning. 2019 was a great year for us with regards to the Mount Todd project. We completed an extensive metallurgical testing program that had been something that we'd been working on for 18 months. The results of that is that we improved gold recoveries from 86.4% to 91.9%. It's a huge jump in recovery. That's the result of continued work on ore sorting, additional test work on fine grinding. During the year, from our previous study, we saw an improvement in the foreign exchange rate, gold price. Everybody knows what's happened with gold price. And,
yes.
And the long and the short of it is that this allowed us to, report a significant improvement in the project economics. At the end of the day, we continue to enjoy a very strong correlation to the gold price. And with where the project is at, we're now focused on finding a partner to help us advance the project. Mount Todd. If you look at the presentation, I'm going to kind of skip through some of the corporate stuff, but talking about Mount Todd, if you look at slide 8 in the presentation, you see a picture of what the project looks like. This is a project that was operated in the 1990s.
Okay.
You see You see the old pit, the plant site, the tailing storage facility, the freshwater storage reservoir.
Yes.
You know, this is a site that we enjoy great infrastructure. There's been a significant investment made here. And because of that, we enjoy the benefits of things like paved roads to the site, power line, natural gas pipeline, which is really important for us in the project because power is in the Northern Territory is expensive, about 31 cents a kilowatt hour. We can generate our own power with natural gas for somewhere in the range of 8 to 9 cents a kilowatt hour. Tremendous savings for us. Freshwater storage reservoir. All of these things allow us to move the project forward without the risks associated with developing infrastructure. And so this is a site that you know has had tremendous work done on it. Just to kind of put things in perspective, if you look at the next slide, slide 9, this kind of paints the picture of where our results from the PFS that was published in September fall out. Mount Todd, as it's designed today, will be the 5th largest gold producer in Australia.
That's amazing.
It'll have lowest quartile costs.
You know, I just want to give the folks a little background, Fred, you know, because you know, it's so intriguing to me that, you know, we've been in the gold market for a long period of time. I have the gold report for 20 years now, right?
Yeah.
And when I met, you know, the folks at Vista folks, okay, I met Jock literally like 20 years ago, and then Mike. And here's my question, which is so, you know, I've seen plenty of other companies, they dilute their shares. And so it's so intriguing, I mean, that you guys have been able to still have cash, not dilute your shares. So talk to me a little bit about that, because, you know, we get a million calls in here all the time, not a lot of calls, you know what I'm saying? That it's really hard to basically get done what you've done without diluting the shareholder.
Well, Tom, you know, we're engineers, we're operators.
Okay.
We understand the value of you know where to make investments and where not to make investments, and along the road we've been able to very efficiently and effectively advance the project.
Yes.
On the money raising side, you know, we've been able to accomplish all that we've done without going to the market very often. You know, we have just over 100 million shares issued and outstanding.
Right.
So we have raised some money from time to time, but when we raise it, we try and raise it in the best circumstances. And then we shepherd that money. We consider ourselves to be steward of that money, and we spend it very wisely. We were fortunate, you know, you mentioned Jock McGregor. Jock started the company on a path to become an acquirer of assets and to build a portfolio.
That's right. I remember that's when gold was at 252 and 300. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And during that, Jock started us on a path where the resources of the company grew from 2.1 million ounces to 18.3 million ounces.
Okay.
And then you'll recall in 2007 we spun out all of the Nevada assets into Allied Nevada.
Yep.
And that resulted in cash coming into the company. We subsequently sold our share in Allied Nevada, and you know, so that was cash into the company in a non-dilutive sense.
Yes.
We subsequently helped create Midas Gold Corp.
Yeah.
And we originally were a 35% shareholder. We sold part of our interest in Midas, and we used that money to help fund our activities. We still own over 7 million shares in Midas. And then one of the things that we did that was a little creative is that when we took on Mount Todd, there was an acid rock drainage problem at the site, and we recognized this going in, and we applied just practice and experience that we had in similar situations, and developed a set of protocols that have allowed us to turn this site from something that was a problem for the community into something that's now the poster child for the Northern Territory government's Environmental Protection Agency on how to deal with acid rock drainage. And along the way, we made a significant investment, but we were able to get some tax credits under the concept of research and development. The Australian government has programs to foster R&D, and what we did was so different than what anybody else has done, and so efficient that we were able to recover a significant amount of money, effectively fund our operations for over a year and a half with the rebates that we got from the federal government. And so that was another step along the path. We've monetized other assets. You know, we sold the Guadalupe de los Reyes project. We're optioned it out. We're expecting one more option payment from that. We sold the Paradonas Amarillos project. We recently announced that we'd monetized the royalty that we had on the Awak Mas project in Indonesia. We continue to look for ways to monetize assets and to achieve real value, fair value for the assets in a way that, I mean, we raised money in 2012. And we raised money again in 2016. That just talks to the question that you asked. That you know, you don't go to the market very often.
It's so impressive. And folks, you can go to vistagold.com. You can see the presentation. Great presentation, Fred. It's always a pleasure. Of course, love the education. Look forward to having you on again.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Fred.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 113, Nasdaq's up 46, S&Ps are up 8. Gold's up by 10.30. That's catching a bid. You got silver up 17 cents. And if you just heard from Fred, folks, okay, you can go over to vistagold.com. You can see that whole presentation. Check it out.
Yeah, that was a great update, man. That was a quick 9 minutes.
It was. It's a pretty impressive story, I'll tell you. You know, and the first time, it was amazing.
You were just telling me, yeah.
So check this out, folks. You know, and this is a company that knows how to save money. The first time that I met Jock, so picture this. He's a CEO. And we had booths next to each other, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going back 20 years.
So this is probably at the Gold Show, the Hard Asset Show, one of those. Maybe it was the Money Show.
It was the Money Show.
Money Show.
It was the Money Show in Orlando, right? And we're next to each other, and I'm talking. I didn't even know who he was, right? And he's got a big carpet, and he's putting a carpet out, and I'm helping him with the carpet, and he's helping me. And then I find out who he is, and I'm saying to myself, well, this is intriguing.
He's the CEO of a publicly traded
company. Exactly, because I had
That's not usually the case.
No, and I had already interviewed plenty of CEOs, and I'm saying to myself, this is intriguing.
Yeah.
Anyway, great guy.
Yeah.
And that's why you can understand over the course of years what I've seen there. And I've seen the accomplishment.
And then was it Mike Richings after that?
It was Mike Richings. You know, he was there to say, but
as the CEO on that.
And the amazing, what I got to learn more than anything is that, like all of us, okay, it's not, you know, it's what you make, but it's you know what you have to spend to make it also.
Sure, no, it's great to see a CEO getting down and dirty, man.
Exactly.
Setting up the booth at a trade show when you're a publicly traded company, man.
And we know how much these things cost. What ended up happening, folks? We always set up our own too.
Yeah.
But if you gave it to it's a union job. So, but if you gave it to them, I mean, it's a fortune.
Oh, it is. Yeah. If you want to just ship your booth to the big expo center, you want the Teamsters to set it up for you, man. Get your checkbook ready for sure.
Totally.
Let alone if you just want to have your own, your team of workers that go out there. You fly them all out. You put them in the hotels all out there. The cost in those shows are dramatic, man, which is why we've seen a show jump in completely different topics, but we've seen a slowdown in those shows, man, because the internet provides the ability to interact with people, and provide that,
on a much larger basis.
Type of education.
Yeah.
And the cost for businesses to be out there, let alone the cost of people traveling. You know, the shows are free to attend.
Totally.
But, man, you got to fly out there. You got to stay out there. Then you got to pay for meals. At the hotels and all that stuff, so pretty interesting how that thing's.
Pack up to leave. That's always the worst.
Speaking of packing up to leave.
Oh yeah.
How about leaving for good, man?
Yeah, Carlos Goshen.
Oh man, this is this one, man. I can't wait to see how it breaks down for sure. So this one talking about that Lebanon would probe the allegations if Japan sought a return. I wonder if that's just plain diplomatic niceties or what's going on. But there's no extradition treaty there, and as it says that. The prospect of a trial in Lebanon, where Goshen is still regarded by many as a national hero, and I'm not too familiar myself. I'm getting more and more, could mark a turn in fortune for the former head of Nissan and Renault. He has Lebanese, French, and Brazilian passports, which were confiscated by Japanese authorities, and has appeared on postage stamps in Lebanon shortly after his arrest in Tokyo on charges of financial misconduct. A Beirut billboard proclaimed, "We are all Carlos Ghosn." So he's hanging out in Beirut, man, where he's got billboards in support of him. So usually there's the decision that would be taken in response to a return request. First, we reject the request made for that person, and secondly, we refer them to the public prosecution or the judiciary. Said, not sure who that is, but we probe the accusation out of respect for the other countries. So.
I'll probe it, but I'm not sending it back.
Exactly. That's what I imagine is going to be the case with everything around it. But I can't wait to hear the exact stories of how he got out.
Oh, this is going to be a movie.
Yeah. And there's already, I said to you right at the break, right? Can you imagine being a journalist? I want that scoop, man. If you're a journalist, give me the scoop on how he got out.
You got to get on the phone. You got to get that scoop.
That's right. Let's make it happen, man. TFNN is going to break the news. No, it's there's already been some cool articles written just in terms of the team of people that he was paying to kind of get him out of there, private planes, the whole deal, everything you'd imagine for a multimillionaire / billionaire. They're putting house and arrest, and all they got to do is make it across the border, and they're free for life.
And as good luck being the next person arrested in Japan, folks, to get bail.
Especially for a white-collar criminal, especially. Because they went over that, number one, like we said, 99% conviction rate.
Right.
And very seldom do they allow bail at all. Right. So he had an extraordinary situation to get that bail. He had extraordinary situations that he was under bail on in terms of video camera surveillance on his unit. But nonetheless, man, cash talks, cash walks. He got out of there.
And now we'll find out too. I mean, because there's plenty of other allegations that his vice chairman also was basically under financial,
Is that the guy? They have another person in jail in Japan.
Oh, that's what it probably is. Then.
Okay, because he's
right. So
it's an unfortunate situation not to chuckle for that gentleman because
not all clean hands.
He may have to be held accountable, which is unfortunate. And he obviously, not obviously, but probably did not have the resources that Gosen probably had, and so he gets left holding all the
literally holding the bag.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So let's go and take a look at this dollar. So the dollar, folks, what the dollar had done last month, broke its uptrend since February of 2018. You get a bounce out here today, but this bounce, I suspect it's just a counter trend bounce. It's not going to change the aspect of how we broke. In fact, let me put this on a monthly because it broke on the weekly.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I'll leave it there then. You can see it's
pretty strong. Yeah,
it's a decisive break. I mean,
it sure is.
We broke the second week of December.
Yep.
We went back up. So we get down to this 96,588. You get back up to the 97,817. And it broke again.
And I was going to say it's pretty cool if you extend this line that it was touching it. Right on that week it made it back up to the line. On the last week of December, made it right back up to where that trend line would have been.
Right.
And really escalated south there.
Yeah. So your first level here down at the lowest swing is not too far from where we are. It's 95,843. We'll see how it shakes out down there. That's in the short term. In the longer term, basically technically it says, hey, guess what? We can go after 88,253. And if this market,
watch out, man.
It was so intriguing here. If this market, to me, if this market's going to continue higher, that's what's going to bring it higher. Because what will end up happening is as the dollar goes down, the market could go up. It doesn't mean, we've talked about this before, it doesn't mean that you can buy more because on U.S. dollars you're going to be buying less, but you can get to a higher number, of course, and be flat. Dollar goes down 5%, market go up 5%, actually go up more than that because of the leverage. But, there's going to be a lot of moving pieces. Now, if we go over to the gold market, this thing's been moving for quite some time, and it's right at the cusp now of taking this consolidation out. The top of the consolidation, kind of where we are, this 1532, 1527. I mean, we've been up here and haven't been able to hold that price. If we can hold this price out here today, you get a lot of volume. You get 187,000 contracts. That's big contract volume, folks, at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's saying, hey, guess what? Game can be at that 1571.
We can be there by the end of the week, man, tomorrow.
No, we can. And then silver, this is, we're up 17 cents, 60,000 contracts. Silver, the top of that consolidation, about 1849, so you're about not 40 cents away from it.
Okay.
But that's been impressive,
Yes.
And what you have had is that, a few of these silver stocks are way ahead of the market.
Look at that, baby.
Yeah. Pan American Silver, $12 to $24 in 6 months. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 123, Nasdaq's up 45, S&P's up 7.5. What are you selling the S&P?
I said, what, 7? I thought we were up 20. What happened?
Yeah. And you know, it's so intriguing here, folks. Okay, so if we look at the S&Ps first, you're going to see that there's selling inside here, no doubt. We got up to a high out here of 32.51.
It's almost like 2 points from the all-time high. I think it's 32.54 on the dot is the all-time high. Yeah.
Okay, so, and you're selling it down. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so bottom line is that we go back there. There's your 32.
Yep, on the dot.
There it is. Okay, 32.54, 32.51.75.
Yep.
And what's so intriguing is that, and this is, well, I wish I had just brought this up a little bit earlier too. We had brought up the aspect of the note and bond market going up so dramatically.
Is that a big move in the note and bond?
Exactly.
Right.
This says quite a bit. I mean, at the beginning of the market, everything was up. There's no two ways about this. Now, this move in the 10-year, in fact, you just
before you jump away, I mean, it shows up 14 ticks, but we were down almost 14 ticks.
Yes.
So you just went from 128.05 to 128.29. And if we want to pull up the yield, I mean, the yield just went almost 0.1%. There we are. From 1.94%, and we're now sitting at 1.85.
Right.
Look at that fall off.
And that's a move with conviction, folks, okay? And watch this. I mean, look at that bar. Look at that. You just took out, now, see, this is, if you're a candlestick charting person, right?
Yeah.
That's a bearish engulfing beyond.
Look at
how many days you're engulfing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes.
Not bad.
Huge.
Not bad.
Huge number.
And that takes us all the way back to December 18th because you put the holidays in there.
Right.
9 days is, you got 2 holidays in there. So you're really going back 11 trading days. You're going back 2 plus 4 weeks, man. You're going back to December 18th. It's January 2nd. We haven't, we just took it all out and we're under it now in the yield, 1.85.
And you can see, that we've been in this consolidation since the downdraft of August 1st.
Sure.
I mean, it's pretty intense.
Oh, if we make a run for the lows, man, you're talking, I mean, the lows are right around 1.5.
They, folks, if your children are going to be going to college, I suspect they won't even have these books or the theories for another couple of years because it's really hard to wrap your head around how this can be that we can stay at the lower interest rates, but they're still buying. I mean, there's still dramatic buying.
I hope everything works out, man. Because I've heard, and it's just in general, people come on, whether it's on Bloomberg, whether it's on TFNN, CNBC, saying, this isn't how it's supposed to work, right?
Right.
So the only reason you save now, save $1 now
Yeah.
for $1.10 later, right?
Right.
You know,
That's
you
right.
don't save $1 now for 90 cents later.
You don't.
You don't need to be a college PhD graduate to understand how that's a flawed system. That why would you ever save $1 now to get 90 cents later?
Exactly.
You know, every fundamental of financials were built on.
Right.
You either save or you consume. You
Right.
know, economics save. You know, it's save, consume. Consume now, or you
Right.
save, you consume more later.
Yes.
I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but
listen, man, it's
because there's no reason to save if
it's a big one. Well,
yeah.
you know, I heard just before I get in the office this morning, I heard this analyst on Bloomberg, and he was saying, you know, the money supply is going up.
Okay.
And so right now, you know, we got $1 trillion debt. Let's just say $1 trillion. But out of the $1 trillion debt, folks, this is per year. What is going on is that the Fed is buying $80 billion a month.
Okay.
So
to
that's
be deficit because that's much bigger than that. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So that's $800 billion they're buying out of the trillion.
Okay. It'd even be $960 if it was 80 a month.
Yeah. Oh, good. 960. Perfect.
12
Okay.
times the
So
80.
this is
Yeah.
this is my.
Yeah.
And so he says, well, that can't go on forever. So I'm in my car and say, why not?
Yeah, that's a great question to ask, man.
Why? Why? I mean, what
people say
makes
things
people
like
think
that-
It's, what people? Why would it be any different? Because
Yeah.
I can't picture.
'Cause they have a huge-
The
go
Fed's
ahead.
not going to say, oh no, I'm not going to buy anymore. And have
They
the-
better
the
at some
economy-
point, but I know what you're saying
Right.
too, right?
I know.
And I mean, if they're buying it,
And that's good for the metals market too.
now those are rolling off at some point in the future,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So why not?
That's right.
Those are-
They do.
It's not like it's an indefinite amount forever because
No.
those do roll off. They're buying them.
They buy
It's
them.
a certain amount of
they
time.
roll off. It's pushing everything forward.
It's scary though. For
No,
sure.
I
Yeah.
agree. I you know, the same thing. I was just cracking up myself saying, you know, as soon as you hear that, I says, well, hold it, because that one makes more sense to me.
Yes, yes.
You know, that's
It's important to realize
if you're
that
the
that's
Fed, you know, what are you going to turn around and say? Well, no, I'm not going to buy anymore. That ain't going to happen.
That's the scary part though, because the market will flip out. Well, that's not how it's supposed to be, man.
Right.
The market isn't supposed to be completely reliant on stimulus.
Right.
When
On the
we're
biggest buyer.
setting
You're the biggest
all-time
buyer.
highs, we're setting all-time highs.
Right.
Unemployment's at 3.5%. We just had. I mean, we'll give a quick plug. Front page. Check out the morning market recap. All right. Where do I have it up here? I guess not yet. Because we got the weekly jobless number this morning, and markets march on, man. 222,000 for the week ended, and I believe that pegs the unemployment rate at we're at 3.5%, lowest
impressive.
in nearly half a century.
Yeah.
You add that to a NASDAQ over 9,000. You add it to an S&P that just went up 28% last year. And then we have the conversation we have that is maybe we're dealing with negative interest rates and maybe the market's completely reliant on federal open market committee operations and stimulus.
That's the ultimate.
And my brain
that
goes,
is
boom.
the buyer.
Yeah,
right, that's the
exactly.
buyer.
Exactly.
And it used to be the buyer of last resort. Now that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, it used to be providing, stimulus at a time like in 2008 when we were losing 1 million jobs a month because Lehman was going bankrupt because everybody had overextended on home loans.
Right.
Not when just everything is going well, man. And so
Pretty
that's
well.
the dicey part because if there is a turnaround, what happens? That's the scary part of the economy and the stimulus and so forth.
No doubt. No doubt.
Hey, how about Apple? Can we jump?
Yeah.
Apple up almost $4 to kick off
Seriously.
2020, man. We're going to see $300 in no time, I imagine. I saw an article today, sensational headline, so I'm not sure I believe it, but why Apple's going to hit 400 in 2020. But man, oh man, I think Apple was up 88% last year. 400 would only be 33% this year.
Do you remember the day that we said, okay, Apple just hit $1 trillion?
Yeah.
It's at 1.3 trillion.
Yeah, and I heard somebody talking about lots of cool statistics, especially with the year we had last year in terms of what Apple, I believe, added 500 plus something billion dollars to their market cap. Added in 1 year. Added. There's very few companies that are over that entirely, and they added 500 plus billion to their market cap, but they're sitting at 1.3 trillion. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's.
How about Microsoft? Since we're talking about the juggernauts of the NASDAQ, I believe Microsoft was up somewhere around 55% last year, and they are, 1.21 trillion.
It hit a new all-time high today.
Why not, man?
Right, exactly. And revenue-wise, look at this. This is pretty impressive, man. Last year, 2019, 125 billion. 2020, 140 billion.
Yeah.
How about
Look at the cloud number, man. 39 billion in cloud,
Wow.
and they're growing at 16%. And that's a business that
it was new.
that's still going to be growing. Yeah. How about Amazon? Since we're touching on all the big giants, how's Bezos doing? I think it's up today. Yeah, up $22, 1870.
What's wrong with him? He's under $1 trillion.
Oh, they've been I mean, the all-time high, I think 2070. That gets them right at there. But man, oh man, AWS 25.7 billion, 48% growth over 3 years. Watch out, man.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
Microsoft is bigger, huh?
Oh yes,
Is
yeah.
Microsoft
That's
bigger?
why I mean,
Yeah.
Microsoft and Apple are the two biggest companies. And it's funny, man. You talk to people outside the market, they think Amazon's the biggest thing in the world, man.
Yeah.
Right? You get the president going gangbusters.
Yeah.
Microsoft and Apple by far
Yeah.
bigger companies.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking for exposure to gold or gold mining equities, then now is a perfect time to sign up for Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. The summer is over, gold is trading back above $1,500, and the 10-year Treasury is hovering at around 1.5%. Tom O'Brien has been writing his weekly gold report for almost 18 years. There's no one that knows more about how the gold market trades and how gold mining equities react. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, Tom publishes his weekly gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. As of September 3rd, Gold Report subscribers have 5 active open positions with an average unrealized profit of almost 38% for each position. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up today by visiting TFNN.com. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 143, Nasdaq up 50, S&Ps are up 6, only 8 points, 8 points. And today, folks, of course, we get a good lineup coming for you as we always do. 2 o'clock today, 2 to 3, we got our man, Mr. Teddy Kagstad, who Tommy and I do interview each and every week. Is going to have a full hour.
Yeah, he's going to be guest hosting for Dave in the Power Trading Hour. So we usually interview him Thursdays. Wednesday, excuse me. That's why he was off Wednesday. We got him on Tuesday for New Year's Eve, but he's going to be doing an hour for Dave's program, 2 to 3, and his site, forex-trading-unlock.com. So he'll be talking a lot of Forex, I imagine. If you're in that Forex market, 2 to 3 p.m. leading into your show.
That's
Check
right.
that out.
And that market has been moving around, no doubt.
Has it?
Yeah,
I say
like
kid,
it.
I kid.
I like it.
We
And-
talked a lot about that dollar, man. We got 215 ticks of movement today.
Yeah.
And the euro, the pound, what's going to happen with Brexit, man, coming into 2020? Today, listen to me. This year is supposedly the year. And
of the Brexit, yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was the year before.
Fourth
was.
year's a charm, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that's a saying, but it may be.
No, hey, we'll see where the whole baby's going to shake out. But there's no doubt we get Japan that's still on vacation. The Chinese New Year this year is the 28th, I believe, of January.
Okay.
So then they're closed for 15 days.
Good for them.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's the only time they're closed.
Good for them.
You know, everyone goes home, folks, okay? But that's always a big deal. So that's the 25th, I believe, to February 8th.
Okay.
You know, and we'll see where the movement comes. But these currencies are moving, no doubt.
And look at Apple. Apple now above $2.98, not stopping, man. $4.40 to kick off the new year.
Stay right there, folks. We got Think and Swim coming up next. And I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Teddy Cakestad.
That's right.
I'll be back. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.